I'm Yvette Seger, known for being in a Walmart shopping cart. As you can see, I am clearly not in my itty-bitty apartment in the city, so we are videoing live from a remote, very, very remote, so remote location in the middle of Ohio. So that the paparazzi couldn't stalk me while I was making this video, or the police couldn't find me after I did a little shopping cart ride at Walmart yesterday while we were doing our shopping. But I have my assistant. It's not essential for cookie baking, but it's always good if you have a very old dog. This is Sydney, named after the Olympics during which she was adopted, to give you an idea of how old she is. It's always good to have a dog help you because they will clean the floor. I also said that I was videoing somewhere else. I don't recommend baking horse cookies in your own kitchen because you're going to make a mess and you're going to have to clean it up. So it's better to do it at somebody's house that you don't necessarily like and have them clean it up after you. But I love you, Mom and Dad. Don't worry. Please don't put down the camera and throw it at me. Also, my stove or my oven, I can't really reach it that well, and I also use it to store shoes and things like that. That would be the oven. I learned that the oven makes noises when you turn it on. But, you know, so this way we're here, and I'm bored to tears in the middle of Ohio, so I thought I'd bake some cookies and horse cakes. So, these are really simple, and my horse loves them, and I've not found a horse that hates them yet. So, there are a few ingredients that you'll need. You'll need a bowl. This is also something I don't have in my itty-bitty apartment. You have a bowl to mix all this stuff. Just need some simple, whoops, see, I'm already spilling stuff all over the kitchen as my mom is wincing over on the side. Just need oatmeal. Doesn't really matter. How many, if you're just going to make cookies, you just need 2 cups. Measuring's not really that important. You know, see, 2 cups, 1. This is the School of Blonde. Yeah, that's about 2. So you got your 2 cups of oatmeal. Then you need a ½ cup of brown sugar, which I've already proceeded to spill. Again, you know, School of Blonde. What I like about brown sugar is you get to pound it into the cup. Oops. And I suggest that you press it down because what horse doesn't like sugar? What person doesn't like sugar for that matter? Alright, ½ a cup. Then, so we got oatmeal, we got brown sugar. Then we have carrots. I recommend, if you're really lazy like me, you get the shredded carrots. But then the shredded carrots have to be cut a little bit more. So we use a different ½ cup because I said it's all about making dirty dishes. And you just kind of scoop that up, throw ½ cup carrots in there. Alright, so I kind of mashed this up in here because the next ingredient is the really, 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 really messy ingredient. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? The best part about baking horse cookies is you don't want to eat this crap. The horses think it's great though. What do you think? You want to eat that, Mom? This is why I'm not allowed to cook. This is also why they don't ask me to bring in things to the holiday potluck. The last ingredient, the very important ingredient, is molasses. This is the messy one. My recipe suggests 3 tablespoons, but if you know anything about molasses, you just kind of aim at the spoon. And yes, I know it's not a cooking tablespoon, so please don't flame me in the comments. Yeah, you just kind of keep pouring. I learned all my cooking skills from my mom. Actually, I'm a little tidier than she is. And because my mom's standing right there, I'm going to get a napkin to put my nasty molasses spoon on. Or not. Horse cookies are always better if you're wearing a Rolex sweatshirt, like I'm wearing a Rolex sweatshirt. My mom wanted me to wear antlers, but I'd be a weirdo then if I did that. So I'm kind of mixing everything in there, but as you can see, the molasses gets absorbed really quickly. So I always just throw a little bit more molasses in here. I bought this brand of molasses because it's got a picture of a rabbit on it. My horse's name is Roger Rabbit, so I thought the rabbit was kind of cute. And it's got kind of a less messy top than the other one. So this is where it all, you know, we've been very scientific with these cookies thus far. Now it's kind of this unscientific, awesome bakery thing where you add a little bit of water to make it a little mushy. I usually just add about a quarter of a cup or something. You kind of keep mixing it up. And you want to make it squishy, but not so mushy that you have to bake all the water out of it. Need a little bit more in there. You definitely don't want to make it into slop, because then your horse won't eat it, I promise you. You can see I have great skills. My mom didn't teach me how to use my silverware properly. You love me! Hey, where'd my dog go? Sydney! Sydney, I promise there'll be a treat for you later. Oh, good dog. See, cookies are always better when you have a dog. Yes! What do you think, Sydney? What do you think? My mom's trying to get in my video again. That would be my mom. That's my horse. Not my real horse. How dirty is my horse? Okay, Mom, get that out of there. Alright, so you see we kind of have this paste. I'm not going to touch it yet, because once you touch the horse cookies, it's kind of gross. So it looks kind of mushy, but it's not sopping wet. You just want to put enough water in there so it gets absorbed a little bit. Now there are lots of things you can add to the mix before you put it into cupcake pans. Some room here. Like, for instance, my pony likes peppermints. So Walmart had on the sale rack yesterday these holiday time peppermint crunch sprinkles. I think they were 98 cents. It was a bargain. Then you can get these sequins. They're very colorful. So you can make them as festive as you want. Alright. You can pause it for a second. So we're going to start with cookies. I recommend getting a cookie sheet because, as I learned in college, if you put paper directly on the shelf in the oven, it'll set off the fire alarm. So you can make large size cookies. I'm a big fan of the zebra cupcake, or silver. They're still very festive. And I put them in the cupcake foils or wrappers or whatever you call these things. Do they have a technical name? Cupcake foil thingies. Put them in here because it does get kind of sticky. And so we'll set a couple of them out. Obviously, the bigger papers are for bigger cookies for bigger horses. They know the difference. Gotta be smarter than the cupcake foils, my friends. So if I didn't tell you already, you preheat your oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius, or I don't really care to convert it right now, so my European friends, I am sorry. But 350 Fahrenheit is what you need. Better with the bigger ones. But anyway, so you kind of let it sit there. It's kind of gross looking. I guess it looks like oatmeal with molasses and carrots in it and brown sugar. Then what you're going to do, I don't recommend getting a manicure right before you make horse cookies. I also recommend pulling up your sleeves before you touch it. Is you just kind of wish it all together. It feels kind of gross. And you dunk it in the cupcake thing. And it should be mushy enough to stay together. If it's too dry and crumbly, it won't stick together. And it'll all bake out, I promise. It feels really gross. Probably like that time when you scooped up dog puke after it ate ribbon at Christmas time. But trust me, the horses think that they're really delicious. I won't be eating them anytime soon. Also, because I'm lazy, I like making the bigger ones, because they don't involve too much technical skill in terms of balling the gross mush. Excuse me while I rub my nose. That's the other good thing about baking for horses. They don't care if you wash your hands or not, because they're horses. They sniff their poop. Oh, I forgot to put my apron on. Oops. Look at that. We got the bowl of fruit. Imagine that. Me looking fruity. Alright, so we got all the oatmeal crud into the cupcake holders, but I don't know about you, but my horses, they like mints a lot. So one of the things you can do or add to the top can be peppermints. I'm a big fan of, and I'm not a paid endorsed advertiser for Bob's Sweet Stripes, but Bob's Sweet Stripes are my favorite mints for baking horse cookies because they don't melt, unlike these generic mints from Walmart, these Starlight style mints made by Pet Rocks, who do not sponsor me either and probably never will now that I've dissed them on my video. But these tend to melt on top of your cookies and get kind of crunchy, and the horses are kind of like, ooh, what's up with that charred mint? So, you know, you take these, you know, they come in a wrapper. I don't know, got to blonde proof it. Take them out of the wrapper. So you unwrap your mints and you put one on top. It's a nice flourish. It's very festive. Another thing I like to add, and then you have your mom who likes to eat them. They're also very delicious. Thanks, Mom, for being so helpful. You can feel free to throw them. They're a great tool to use. The other thing I like to do is I'm very much into festive decorations of my cookies. And like I said, no horse sits there and says, I really hate sugar. So you can get colored sugar to pour on top. I'm a big fan of red and white. These are red and white sugar. There's green wine. I don't know who wears green. White is kind of boring. So we'll go with the red and white. You can just shake some of that on top. We'll see a little bit more of this. Go pour. We like sugar here in the Seger household. So you pour some of that on top. I'm telling you, horses never, ever, just like people, never turn down sugar. They even make peppermint flavored sugar. My horse Roger is a big fan of that. So anyway, pour sugar on it. Pour some of the peppermint chunks on them. Horses like candy. They're like you and me, really. We'll stick with the general trend of mints. I'm telling you, these Bob's Sweet Stripes, they don't melt on you. They don't make them crunchy. Big fan of Bob's Sweet Stripes. One day when I turn pro, I'm going to be the only rider sponsored by Bob's Sweet Stripes. My horse will be a happy animal. Alright, so, look at that. Yay. Don't they look so delicious? Not really.
No.
Well, thanks, Mom. Looks just like you're cooking. Alright, so our oven is preheated to 350. My mother is going to throw mints at me because she's jealous that she didn't have the idea to ride in the Walmart shopping cart before I did. So, now we'll be little Betty homemaker, and I've been told that this is the oven. You open it up. Look at that. Don't stick your head in. Only stick the little thingy in there. I like to live on the wild side and not use a pot holder at this point, and I may want to later. So you stick them in there. While we're waiting for the other cookies to bake, we can get started on the birthday cake. Like I said, what horse really can say no to a birthday party that involves just you and a cake and singing? Well, I don't sing to Roger, but I make him wear stupid outfits. So for a birthday cake, me being practical, I usually double my recipe. So my horse Roger, who will be turning 24, I thought I would make his cake in my colors, which are red and black. Yes, they make black sugar. So, put a nice layer of red sugar on here. Because what horse doesn't want a red and black sugar cake? Throw some black on there. The native dog is getting restless.
She left.
Apparently she gets a treat around this time of the evening. Needs more red. You can never have enough red in my world. In fact, my graduation cake was red and black. So I know they make cakes that are red and black. Alright. So we got some red and black sugar on there. Oh, let's throw some more black on there. Because really, I mean, you could, you know, the red sugar was also on sale because, you know, it's holiday time. Let me tell you, people mock my colors until it's all on sale Valentine's Day and Christmas. So the other thing is you can get really decorative with your mints on your cookie cakes. And I like to write my horse's age in peppermints. So again, I've unwrapped my Bob's Sweet Stripes. Oh look, I have an assistant to remove. Now this is where your penmanship comes in handy. Writing in mints. This is what I got my doctorate for. Writing in peppermints on a horse cookie cake. I have a little bit of expertise making twos since my horse has been in his 20s now for 4 years. Kind of look like baseballs. Now the 4 can be a little challenging. My pony is going to be 10, so good thing I have practice making ones too from Roger's 21st birthday. You know, the horse, they won't say anything. Horses are typically animals of very few words, if any, unless they're Mr. Ed. But I really think Roger appreciates the his age in peppermints. I think that looks so snazzy, don't you think so? Wouldn't you be so happy to get this cake? It's a 24. Lucky Roger. Alright, so we have mints on. Yeah, I think that extra one. Yeah, okay. These will probably cook a little faster because I'm unloaded. There's our cake. Look how cool that looks. That's so awesome. Okay. And a miracle has happened! The cookies and the cake have baked. The elves have cleaned the kitchen. Okay, my mom cleaned the kitchen. And she washed all the dishes too, put them away. But these are the large muffins. These are the small muffins. And here's Roger's 24th birthday cake. But isn't my horse a lucky horse? Happy birthday, Thoroughbreds! And see you next time, Eventing Nation! From the west side in Cleveland, Ohio, this is Yvette Seger.
Go, 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 shorty. It's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip Bacardi like it's your birthday.